Dr. Russell Fitton. I've been a practicing general dentist in outside Chicago in Barrington for 32 years now. We developed this mouthpiece about 10 years ago. It's patented. I actually have 2 patents, one for a dental line cleaner and then this mouthpiece. So I've been diving since 1983. I had an article on why divers die, and I always found it kind of fascinating as to what was going on, and I thought it was a good safety article to read. And that kind of led to my idea that I would read that most of these divers, when they found them, the cause of death was listed as drowning. So my thinking was that if we had, if you could keep the mouthpiece in the diver's mouth, you should be able to improve upon that statistic that was showing up in this article. So, how I came up with the idea of using the wings, but I think I was working with a toggle bolt, and I thought, geez, that's all we need is something flexible like that. And so I cut out a piece of mouthguard material and slipped it over a regular dive mouthpiece, and that's what we used as a prototype. So it turned out pretty neat that way. And then from there we went on with it. And when we first tested it, we were down in Bonaire with a classmate of mine from dental school, and it was pretty neat. The one thing that really stood out was not only would the mouthpiece stay in your mouth, but you didn't have to bite down to keep the mouthpiece in your mouth. So you could leave your jaw in a rest position, and it really eliminated the fatigue that most divers get from clenching the mouthpiece with their teeth and their jaw muscles. So that's pretty much how it started. For the most part, a lot of times when people get this, they want to tend to fight it because their first instincts is to want to still bite down on it. And this mouthpiece takes a little bit of reverse thinking, where the more you relax on it, the tighter it kind of locks into place, because those wings will expand against your cheeks and hold it in place. That's probably sometimes some of the biggest learning curve that divers have with using it. They'll look at it first and say, that thing won't fit in my mouth, and really, for the most part, it'll fit in pretty much everyone's mouth. Great for snorkelers because it really gives you a good lip seal around the edge of the mouthpiece. You get a good lip seal here, so you're not getting water leaking in around the snorkel, which is nice because you're always like trying to spit that out. As far as diving goes, especially for divers that do a lot of repetitive diving, if you're on a dive trip, 4 or 5 dives a day, your jaw is very fatigued at the end of the day, and with the Manta Bite mouthpiece, you'll find that it's much easier to eat dinner at the end of the day, and that you don't have to sip it through a straw. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but and divers that are using rebreathers that are down 2-3 hours at a time really benefit from it, especially with the jaw fatigue issues. So and you don't forget too, there's the safety issue with it. With if something does happen to you underwater, that the likelihood of this mouthpiece staying in your mouth is certainly much greater than any other mouthpiece out there.